Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Faceless Not Valueless, and this channel is dedicated to support and validate victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. Go ahead and like my videos and subscribe. That way you will be giving me and other people the strength to leave narc abuse. Remember that I am not a licensed counselor, therapist, or psychologist. I'm just here to empower you in your journey and let you know that you're not crazy or alone. You are loved and valued. And even though I always say in the intro that you will be giving me and other people the strength to leave, let me tell you something. I don't consider myself as a victim just because I'm going through this. So always keep in mind that you don't have to be a victim, okay? You don't have to. Maybe other people call you that, but you don't have to be. So I want to talk to you today about how narc abuse affects your physical state. And I probably did a recording of this and probably deleted it because I didn't like how it turned out. Hopefully I will be able to cover everything that I was covering in that old recording that I deleted, but please bear with me. I hope that this information is certainly of value to you. When you are in this situation, your physical state can be very, very damaged. One of the things that I still deal with to this day is I'm very clumsy. And of course, that doesn't mean because you're very clumsy, that means that you were abused as a child. But I have noticed that the constant put downs and the criticisms and other things really affect me. So I am very, very clumsy. Also, my anxiety levels, guys, out of the roof. Goodness, it's something that sometimes I think to myself, if I could be somewhere else, where would I be and what would I be doing? Because most of the time, I always feel anxious, like something is going to happen. And it's like, I don't know if this happens to you, but when you hear someone's voice, even if you cannot make out what they're saying, but you just hear the tone of the voice, you can either feel relaxed or happy or just like whatever, right? Typically, when I hear this person's voice, I always feel anxious, like without any single doubt in my mind. That is what I feel. And for years, I would be thinking to myself, why am I acting so weird? And why am I acting like it's a big deal every time this person comes in the room? I don't understand. And so it's very, very difficult to go through this and not having coping mechanisms for the stress and the anxiety. Most of the time, my back hurts because I don't have a good posture. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like unconsciously I am always sitting with a bad posture. And I don't know, it's very, very weird because I used to have a good posture, but not anymore. It's almost like this reaction to stress that my body gets into, if you will. And so other things that happen when you are in this situation is that you can definitely experience a lot of stomach issues. So I read somewhere that if you are feeling a lot of stomach issues as a child, you're probably getting bullied or abused because there's so much fear and anxiety that can be felt in your gut. And so for years, I would have this problem during college and also in middle school and high school, guys. For years, I would feel like I wasn't breathing in my classes because I was so concerned about other people looking at me and what they would think about me. I think that stems from the paranoia that I was talking to you about in the other videos. You know, when you don't have a lot of privacy and when you're constantly being criticized, you're going to also experience some type of physical reaction to all of that. And one of the reactions that I got to that was, shortness of breath and a lot of digestive problems, to the point where it was embarrassing, guys. And I'm just being very vulnerable. It was to the point where I decided to, for a while, not go to certain places, because I would stop breathing and my stomach would shut down. And if your stomach shut down, not in that way, of course, but I mean, like, if you're not having proper air, ventilated in your system, then that's gonna affect a lot the way your body digests the food and whatnot. And so definitely something that you have to read and research and discover. And so also I have experienced a lot of, I call them auditory sensors. I'm not talking about ASMR or ASM. No, I'm talking about, for example, if I hear the way the door is being opened by the abuser, I feel like literally my ears move a little bit, and like the inside of my ear, I feel like something opens. It's almost like it's so sensitive to it. I've also experienced a lot of back pain because of the books I've had to carry when I was younger, and also because of the bad posture, and also because of the stress. Sleep deprivation, that's a huge one, guys. I don't know why, but the narcissist can't sleep. Sometimes they are so consumed in bad thoughts and bad habits that even affects their sleep. That may not be the case for every narcissist. Some may even sleep like a baby, but I do know that this person, if it feels the need to, turn on the radio at 5 or 3 in the morning, they will. And they don't care if their spouse is sleeping right next to them. They don't care that the radio can be heard from another room. Like, they just have no empathy and consideration, guys. And so this messes up your REM cycle, if that's what it's called, like your sleep cycle. That messes up everything. I think this is why I have been using headphones since I was a little girl. I'm always hearing music, and it's because I don't know what's gonna happen. And so I like to distract myself by listening to music. That way I don't have to hear this person's voice and feel that anxiety. And even if I do, I always try to put some things on YouTube that will reduce the noise level, like noise canceling, if you will, if that even makes sense. And so at this point, I would definitely suggest for you to make research on auditory sensors and anxiety. That may be a new source and topic of conversation. I've never heard people talk about this type of effect on the body, like on your ears. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a creative person. I'm a songwriter. I used to do music for a long time, which, by the way, I don't anymore, and I will be doing a video on what happened to my creativity and all of that crap. So another thing that you can experience is loss or increase of appetite. And it's very weird because depending on the situation, the enablers and the narcissist, they like to set you up for failure. So in my case, I'm skinny. I'm very skinny, and I don't know why I've always had a fast metabolism. My theory is because I'm always anxious, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that's why my metabolism is so fast. Nevertheless, that doesn't mean I don't have, issues with my weight and with my health. I lose a lot of pounds quickly if I am going through a very, very stressful situation, which is not good. And I can also gain weight pretty rapidly depending on how much I'm eating and who I am with. So I've never passed 110 pounds, to be quite honest with you, but I've never felt healthy. And my dad would always tell my mom to give me more food. That way I can gain weight, because no one wants to marry a skinny girl, according to him. And so when I finally realized why my mom was feeding me so much, and this happened like, I would say 2-3 months ago, I just discovered that he was behind this, and I got so mad that I completely changed my interaction with this person. Basically, he flat out told me, "Oh, what did you eat today?" And I would tell this person, and they will be like, "That's all? Well, you need to eat more." And they will like start, their whole verbal abuse put down. And it's not that affects my health, okay, guys? I'm pretty confident in how I look most of the time. I wish I could be in better shape, to be quite honest. However, it bothers me when people messes with my food. Like, that's none of your business. Especially, one of the things that can really affect you is your eating habits. It doesn't matter how much I try to cook a meal, I can't use the stove. It's weird, I know. It's like there's so many things that I could be doing to improve my life, and I can't at the moment. And this is why I'm taking steps to leave, guys. Because not only does this makes you stressed out all the time, messes up with your sleep cycle, gives you social anxiety, it can always lead to something worse if you stay for a long time. I've known cases where people have gone literally crazy, and that's not okay. One of the things that's very hard to get past through is chronic fatigue, and that happens when you are always in the house and you don't want to get out. And for a long time I've been in this house. I haven't really gone out much because I don't want that shame and humiliation again. When I used to go a lot out, like I would frequent many places, and I don't anymore because I got tired of the whole protocol, of the whole report, of telling this person everything that I'm doing, all where I am and who am I talking to all the time. It gets so stressful that I decided for a while to stay home, thinking that it would be better. But some days I'm sleeping all day. Some days I wake up at 11. Some days I wake up at 5. I fix myself breakfast. Then I go to sleep till 11 a.m. And then I wake up at 1 p.m. and I eat like some type of lunch, and then after that I may go back to sleep. It's so much, guys. It's so much that can go with this type of situation that can really mess up your health. Right now I'm in a quest to see how can I stabilize my sleeping cycle and my eating routine, because this person doesn't have boundaries. And it gets really hard. I don't care how strong you are. When you're in this and a lot of the people around you don't understand it or minimize it, it's almost like you feel like you're alone to your own devices. And I guess that's why I'm making this video, to make you feel like you're not alone. So I might start a challenge with you guys on how to start stabilizing your eating patterns and sleeping patterns, because this is way too much, guys. It's way too much on your body. So thank you for hearing me, and I hope you have a great day. Remember to subscribe.